think you know this guy. And it's not really an accent, but it kind of is. My name is Ari Fliakos. I narrate Sebastian Fitzek's The Gift, and this is Mic Check. What is your go-to vocal warm-up? Well, I practice Ashtanga yoga. I have for many years, and I practice every day, but it's particularly important to me to do it on the day that I'm recording. When I get into the studio, I like to have a little bit of sour apple, like a Granny Smith, because it has a way of, it does something nice to the vocal cords. It crisps up the chords kind of in the whole vocal area. I have a tea, and then I do this. Get the lips all relaxed because I hold tension in my mouth, so I like to get that released. Describe your favorite sound. I would have to say that it's usually the ocean, but right now, it's the amazing birds outside my window. They're really singing. At least right now, it's occupying the top spot. I think my favorite accent to perform is what I call Thrive Guy, but is really Sean Penn in Fast Times at Ridgemont High and like Keanu Reeves. So it's like some guy who's like super spiritual and also like surfy. Yeah, even get, sometimes you add a little Keanu like head thing. It's like, whoa, the whole thing just sort of appears. Do you prefer dialogue or exposition? I think it depends. I mean, I think if I'm narrating Updike, for example, which I have done and was a great honor to do, then the exposition is so gorgeous. But sometimes you don't have that, and of course, sometimes you don't want that. And then in those cases, usually it's the dialogue that I look forward to. I prefer solo because there's a diversity and richness of what I get to do. It's not really a collaboration when you're doing a multicast because you do your little pocket. It's not as relaxed and it's not as fun as being in a studio with a director or an engineer and just, completely committing to that world, the entire world, for a certain amount of time. The most rewarding part is the ability to immerse completely in an entire world of a language style, a narrative persona, and all the different characters and fun things that individuals within the story get to do. I get to ride so many different rides within a book, particularly if it's well written and well constructed. I would say the most difficult part of narrating is when you're tired at the end of the day for any book, but particularly if the book might be not, something about the writing is not quite jibing with you. I remember when I narrated my first book and I came home and I was like, I can't do this. This is too hard. I bring my phone. That's it, just to check up on things every now and then. I would say it would be Slavoj Žižek. But if you ever heard this man speak, he is so brilliant and also so hard to understand sometimes. When you do understand him, it's magic. Every time I can't say a line right, the director Scott Sherritt, who I've worked with a lot and actually got me started, always plays a clip of Glenn Beck where he couldn't get it right, and it's just hilarious. I would say The Lemon by S.E. Boyd. It was so much fun to do, and I thought it was brilliantly written and hilarious spoof on a kind of Anthony Bourdain persona in the food industry. Read out loud as much as possible. I was reading to my kids a lot, and just had a real facility with it from that, and also was able to get confidence in myself as a reader from reading to my kids and like making it fun for them and me. You develop a sense of what you like to have happen in that experience, and you develop muscles for reading to people. And I think that's really important because there's a lot of muscles involved that you take for granted, or I know I do now at least, that if you just read out loud to people, it's just the best experience I think there is. When I'm not recording, I'm working for my theater company, the Worcester Group, which is who I'm performing with now in Berlin. It's my full-time job. I actually collect a W-2. So yeah, if not, then sometimes I get a TV gig, or I also have a small real estate business. Thanks for allowing me to do this. I hope it came out okay.